While the NRL season has come to an end, there have been plenty of confirmed and rumoured signings that have happened over the past month that are due to take place next year. So starting off with the confirmed signings, and Manly have secured Blake Wilson, a nimble winger who has quietly impressed at the Bulldogs. Wilson's 2-year deal runs through to the end of 2027, giving Manly some much needed depth out wide. With 12 tries and just 27 appearances, Wilson brings finishing power and yardage. His move to the Northern Beaches should hopefully cement himself as a first choice winger under Anthony Seibold. But that's not all for Manly. The club also pulled off one of the more eye-catching signings of the month, Kobe Hetherington. The premiership winning Broncos forward has agreed to a 4-year deal, taking him down south until 2029. Known for his physicality and high work rate, Hetherington is expected to add both attitude and defensive punch to a pack that already features some significant forwards. Over at the Dragons, roster movement has come thick and fast. The club farewell Cody Ramsey, whose time with the Red V has been disrupted by illness and injury. The 25-year-old's next destination will be the Sydney Roosters, who view him as a versatile depth option, capable of covering the fullback and the wing role. A change of environment could reignite the career of a player once considered among the NRL's brightest future backs. Replacing outgoing talent, the Dragons have looked west for fresh blood. They secured David Fale from the Panthers system on a 2-year deal, covering the 2026 and 2027 seasons. Fale, who's primarily an outside back, known for his athleticism and ability to finish in tight spaces, is another investment in youth for Shane Flanagan's rebuild project. The Dragons clearly have one eye on long-term development as they reshape their squad after a turbulent few seasons. Meanwhile, the South Sydney Rabbitohs have confirmed the departure of Tongan international Siliva Havili, who is signed with the London Broncos in the English Super League. The 31-year-old utility forward becomes the second NRL player in recent times to make the switch to the UK-based side. In what marks a significant loss in experience and leadership for the Bunnies, Havili's move caps off a solid NRL career, and his versatility across hooker, lock and second row will be welcomed in London. The Dolphins have acted swiftly to strengthen their halves by confirming the signing of Brad Schneider, who will join the club next season. Schneider has grown steadily since his early days at Canberra, and later success in the English Super League with Hull KR. His tactical kicking and composed game management will help the Dolphins' style, potentially forming a balanced pairing with Isaiah Katoa. For a still developing expansion club, getting a young organiser like Schneider could prove a masterstroke. With Schneider leaving the Panthers, the club have re-signed Jack Cogger, who returns to the Mountain Men after a stint with Newcastle. Cogger's return adds proven depth to a group that remains one of the league's strongest. His composure and understanding of Ivan Cleary's systems makes him a plug-and-play asset, capable of covering injuries or origin absence. With Penrith still targeting sustained success, having Cogger back in the mix maintains critical balance between experience and youth. The West Tigers have turned their attention to power and consistency. They landed former Warriors player Bonte Afoa on a deal beginning in 2026. Known for his relentless motor and clean service through the middle, Afoa provides the Tigers with an engine room upgrade. After several rebuilds and club resets, the addition of such an experienced forward speaks volumes about the Tigers' ambition to finally re-establish forward dominance in the coming years. In a move that surprised many, Khan Pereira, one of the Titans' most electrifying young players, secured an earlier release to join the New Zealand Warriors in 2026. The Flyers' speed and try-scoring instincts are among the best in the NRL, and his arrival in Auckland gives the Warriors another dynamic edge option. Securing Khan Pereira early shows how serious the Warriors are about building genuine depth for the future. In perhaps the most unusual deal of the month, it involves Jonah Pezet, who has inked back-to-back agreements that will see him play for 2 different clubs over consecutive seasons. First, he signed with the Parramatta Eels for 2026, before already confirmed to move to the Brisbane Broncos for 2027. The arrangement that was conducted by his player-manager, Braithen Nasta, is an extremely rare sequence in the NRL landscape, effectively mapping out multiple years for Pezet's career in advance at different clubs. The Eels get a talented young playmaker for 1 season, and the Broncos secure a long-term investment. It's strategic, unconventional, and completely in line with the sport's evolving transfer dynamics. While the player market thrives on movement, stability is often just as valuable. And these are the re-signed players that have been locked down before the November 1st negotiation window opens. For some teams, these re-signings are signals of sustained belief. For others, they're about warding off prying rivals. The New Zealand Warriors continue to grow their strong local identity, reaffirmed by the re-signing of halfback Luke Metcalf. The dynamic playmaker has extended his stay for an additional 2 years, keeping him in Auckland until the end of 2028. The Warriors management moved swiftly before rival clubs could make an offer once November began. Metcalf's speed off the mark and developing game control make him a crucial part of their spine going forward. Few clubs have been bigger bruisers in the retention market than the South Sydney Rabbitohs, who announced several contract extensions this month. Foremost amongst them is Jayden Sullivan, the talented half who joined South early in 2025. Sullivan has signed a 2-year extension, keeping him in the red and green through to the end of 2027. The former Dragon has shined under Wayne Bennett's mentorship, and his re-signing stabilises the Bunnies' playmaking ranks. Backing that up, the Rabbitohs have announced new deals for rising prospects Ashton Ward and Bailey Bentley-Hart, both of whom expected to feature prominently in upcoming seasons. Their extensions highlighted South's confidence in their youth development system as they seek to rejuvenate their roster, further reinforcing the direction. The club has also extended young talents, Dane Jennings and Charlie Poyton, underscoring the Rabbitohs' shift towards building a complete next-generation unit while preserving a championship-minded culture. For the Sea Eagles, maintaining backline stability was paramount. Centre Aaron Shoup has inked a 1-year extension to stay at the club. Shoup's physicality and defensive efforts have made him a trusted figure in the squad since joining from the Titans. His retention complements the incoming arrival of Blake Wilson, ensuring Manly is still competitive in the edge combinations. In Cronulla, Will Kennedy, one of the NRL's most underrated custodians, has committed to another year, extending his contract to cover the 2026 season. Despite interest from other clubs, the 27-year-old fullback opted to stay loyal with the team, where he rose through the system. Cronulla believed in him, and it's paid dividends. And this new deal keeps their attacking core intact, heading into a crucial period. The Brisbane Broncos have also moved to retain depth and experience, officially extending the deal of back rower Jack Kozuski through the 2026 season. A dependable and hard-working edge forward, Kozuski has steadily carved out a role as one of Kevin Walter's most trusted interchange options. His retention allowed the Broncos to maintain valuable depth, particularly as they integrate new arrivals like Kobe Hetherington's departure, replacing roles elsewhere in the pack. In West Tigers news, the club confirmed the extension of young forward Tim Jonathan, who will stay with the club for another season. Though not a headline grabber, Tim represents the club's investment in emerging local talent. His progress through the system has been closely monitored, and his contract extension proves further proof that Benji Marshall's long-term plan extends beyond marquee names. Now for some rumoured signings, and we start with Nelson Asafa-Solomona, as he was recently let go by the Melbourne Storm. He has stated publicly that he has been approached by R360, but has also been spoken to by the Parramatta Eels. If this is true, it's no real surprise as the new coach Jason Riles was the assistant coach for Melbourne, so a relationship would have already been in place between the two of them. Next is David Fifita, as he has likely played his last game for the Titans, with a move to the Rabbitohs being the likely option for the big man. However, the deal with the South Sydney Rabbitohs cannot be done until the club free up a roster spot, making it a bit of a tricky situation. Now we're Big Tino, and he confirms he'll be hitting the open market on November 1st, with some potential linked clubs being the Perth Bears, Dragons, the Storm, and the Bulldogs. If any of these rumoured players do move, especially Big Nelson and Big Tino, let me know in the comments below where you think they'll move to. And if you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing. Only 5% of my viewers have subscribed. It's free, and it really helps out the channel. Thanks for watching.